Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins quarterback last year, who was benched a couple of times. Here he is from yesterday talking about whether and to what extent he properly was aware of the team's playbook as a rookie. Here he is.
In what ways would you say your rookie season was not up to your standard? I know you've expressed that sentiment in the past.
Yeah, I'd say in every aspect. Getting to the line of scrimmage, kind of getting that order of operation down, my cadence, and then pre-snap reads, and then my post-snap reads, just the whole shebang with that. I felt, I wasn't comfortable with during my rookie year. So just working on a lot of those things in year two to, be better. I think last year for me, wasn't, I wasn't as comfortable just in general. I wasn't comfortable calling plays. I think the guys that we had last year were phenomenal. I just didn't have, the comfortability of kind of checking plays, alerting plays, and doing that. I just rode with the play, even if I knew it in a way that it wasn't going to work. I was going to try to make it work still. But the firepower that we have this year, I mean, it's good, but you got to get it out to them too. You're able to protect yourself and then get it out to them, have them make plays, then you'll be good.
So you're saying that there were instances last year where you were executing plays you didn't feel comfortable with, and you didn't feel comfortable checking into other plays, checking out of those plays into other plays.
Actually, what I'm saying is I didn't actually know the playbook necessarily really, really good. And that's on no one else's fault, but my fault. And our play calls were simple when I was in, I didn't have alerts and checks. Whereas now, feeling more comfortable, I can kind of maneuver my way, through these things now.
Look, I'm not surprised by this. I appreciate the candor. I appreciate the follow-up so we have clarity, so he doesn't say later that it was taken out of context or that's not what he meant. He locked in. He's on that story, and he's admitting it. And I don't think that's uncommon. That's my big takeaway as I listen to it. I think we kind of expect it. And it's the rare rookie who can come in and immediately pick it up, immediately get it, immediately have access to all the checks. That's why the older quarterbacks are so valuable. They've seen it all. They've done it all. They can process it. This is his first experience. And for some guys, it is going to be a little overwhelming.
Yeah,
Chris.
Definitely. And let's not forget, he was also going through the challenges of like the hip injury, right? And all those. So that's not leading you to be comfortable either. Like, man, much respect for Tua saying that right there. I got a lot of respect for him putting himself out there. That's why he is a charismatic leader and like guys follow him and things like that. Yeah, you would expect that from a rookie, but what you don't expect is for a rookie or a guy going into the second year to admit some of those things. I know from some people that Tua has told people like that and privately, like, the NFL surprised him a little bit that way. He wasn't prepared for maybe all the offense and things like that. But to me, where it's really cool, when you're trying to be the starting quarterback, the face of the franchise, the leader of the team, all of those type of things. Listen, the players on that team are going to hear that right there. They know the truth. They know the offense might have been less checks with Tua, or he might have not been as comfortable or known the offense quite to the way he should as a starting quarterback. But the fact that he answers it like that instead of getting some political BS type answer where now the teammates are watching the news that night going, oh, he's lying, that's bullcrap, he didn't know the plays, or he's making up excuses and all that. Now they're going to come in and be like, man, our quarterback's real. Like, he throws himself under the bus when he's not, like, up to his standard and things like that. And that, to me, is where you gain a lot of respect from the players and the coaches. Because the coaches, too, of course, know the truth. And they're going to see that and be like, look at this guy. He took all the blame. He took all the heat. he's putting a big spotlight on, I need to be better, and that's why he's Tua, and everybody seems to love him that's around him.
Doesn't this help explain why he was yanked from a couple of games if he really didn't have full access to the playbook? I mean, we're getting down to crunch time here. We got a chance to win this game.
Right.
We can't screw around with remedial offense.
Exactly.
We got to put in the guy who knows the offense inside and out.
100%, Mike. No question about it. Yeah, the remedial offense, or like, hey, it's crunch time and we need a guy that, okay, it's 3rd and 7, and all of a sudden they're bringing some crazy blitz. He's going to get to that right check that Tua said he wasn't comfortable with. So now, wait, we got the 4-week blitz, the will-free safety's blocked up, and now everything's good, and I can throw the ball and make the right throw into that coverage and blitz and all those type of things. Exactly right. So they were handicapped or handcuffed that way, and that's certainly a big part of the reason I would think that, yes, he was out of those games in those situations.
And what he said yesterday would help explain why he wasn't upset with that. I think he understood.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably not the best guy to be in here in these moments with the game on the line, given the fact that I'm still getting comfortable with this NFL offense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. Look, we love Tua. Just because we point out that maybe the Dolphins will get Deshaun Watson if they can. Maybe they thought about taking a quarterback this year. All these other issues. I mean, we saw it when Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert were as good as they were last year. It becomes glaring that the guy who was tied to the tank for phrase in 2019 wasn't the best of the bunch.
Yeah,
and he was by far number 3, and everyone knows it. So he knows it too, and he knows what he needs to do to get better. And I agree with you, Chris. He's going to be in good shape. And he's going to have friends and supporters in the locker room, and he does. Let's hear from Mike Gesicki, Dolphins tight end, who spoke with reporters yesterday and defended his quarterback.
Yeah, I think if you look at, his past, career, dating all the way back to college, I think, he's been put in, big positions and, made plays. He's dealt with, adversity, whether it's, injury or whatever it may be, fought back from that. And, he's also dealt with, people saying, stupid, uneducated stuff about him that, they're not right about. So he's dealing with that, and he's, continuing to work and continuing to, come in here each and every day. And, I'm happy that, he's our quarterback. The problem with the criticism is it's not, there's nothing behind it. I mean, the kid came in here and, people were already, calling for him. I mean, played 9 games and he played, did a lot of really good things for us. Stepped up in some big situations, made plays, and I think got better each and every week. And now, everybody's, been, talking about his confidence and, how he looks, this year, obviously in a couple, walkthroughs and all that kind of stuff, but still, looks good. And, been working hard and, investing a lot of time into this season. And so I'm excited for, his future. I think he's just going to continue to, focus on what's important and, the opinions that are important, because at the end of the day, that's really all that matters, is, the people inside this building and, the guys upstairs and the guys in the locker room. And I can tell you that, firsthand, the guys in the locker room, we all believe in them, we all respect them, and we're all excited about them.
I think one of the reasons Gesicki says that is because of the candor that we saw earlier in the segment from Tua.
Right.
Because he acknowledges that there were issues last year, and he's doing what he has to do to improve and become the best quarterback he can be. And it wins over your teammates, and it makes them into your friends when you are honest about your shortcomings and not obsessed with trying to conceal them.
That's right. Well, now he feels comfortable, too, that if something happens on a play, like the quarterback's got his back, whether Gesicki messes up or maybe he didn't mess up and Tua said the wrong thing in the huddle, and now the coaches yell at a Gesicki because they think you're wrong. Like, he probably feels like, well, Tua's the kind of guy that's going to be like, no, coach, that was me. You can get great respect that way. I know that happened to me just luckily a few times in my career. I can remember sitting in a meeting one day, and I said the wrong thing on a Friday practice, and Mike Allstott ran the wrong route. And when nothing was really said at the time, Gruden made a face or whatever during practice, but then the next morning we're watching that film, and he kind of gets on Mike Allstott, like, what the hell? What are you doing? And I, raised my hand. I was like, oh, no, that was my fault. I messed that up. And, like, the team erupted that I did that. They erupted. They were like banging on the table and like, yeah, like, and that's just I'm just showing a little light of what that can be in a locker room. That's really good there. And that's where I am excited for Tua, his leadership skills. And he did do some good things last year. There's no doubt about it. The problem with Tua is there were rumors of the lack of buzz of being impressed, right, by people down there. We knew that. That was, I think, a real thing. And then the fact that the Dolphins actually played Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, and they got to, like, study them and see them, and they went, wait, our guy's not doing that. So that added to maybe the pressure on the Tua situation as well.
By the way, I had to smile when you say Gruden made a face. He has one face.
Yeah, right.
That he makes. It's the face that he carries around all the time.
Right.
I think it's his resting face.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.